Naruto is an epic tale of an ambitious and simple-minded ninja. It's my favorite anime of all time. Give me a few minutes and I will convince you why it should be your favorite show too. Imagine a story where an orphan, who can't even perform the simplest of techniques as a ninja, becomes the greatest warrior in the entire world. Naruto isn't the most well-rounded character in anime, but he is very likable. His dedication to improvement as well as his inextinguishable will of fire makes him an extremely admirable character as well. Naruto starts out with no parents and no friends, but he doesn't hate anyone. He realizes that other people have their own tragedies, and he actually forgives everyone because he is truly enlightened. He knows that the character Pain was hurt by so many other people, and Naruto can understand that the villains that he faces actually were once like him in a way. Here is where people will tell you that talk no jutsu is what makes Naruto suck, but I'm here to say that it's not a flaw of this anime. If you haven't heard this before, in Naruto, people perform jutsus, which are ninja techniques created by hand signs that allow the users to unleash an attack. The stereotype about Naruto is that he literally talks to the villains for so long that he eventually defeats them by using speech alone. Most jutsu will have the name blank no jutsu, and so English speakers have created this slang term called talk no jutsu. Naruto talking to the villains is no worse than Goku explaining his powers to Frieza or Cell. It's actually essential to the plot in order to develop characterization of the villain and make an easy transition into their background. Could the pacing be better in Naruto? Sure, but it certainly does not have as poor of pacing as One Piece or the original Dragon Ball Z. Naruto has the best setting of any anime world. Each jutsu is very unique, and even though it seems like a very complicated power system, it really isn't. The 5 basic elements make up 99% of jutsu, and for a majority of the series, the explanations make perfect sense for the system. I will admit that in late Shippuden, the powers get a little complicated and convoluted, but it's still understandable. What I really want to focus on is the fact that this world is so expansive and rich in history. There's this popular YouTuber named Swag Kage who dedicates an entire channel to explaining everything about Naruto, and so it's definitely a story with tons of questions to answer and topics to explore. It's fascinating to think about who would win in a fight between Kakashi Sensei versus Minato the Yellow Flash, or how the Sharingan compares to the Byakugan in terms of taijutsu and genjutsu. It's a wonderful world to get involved in, and with all of the other media like the Ultimate Ninja Storm video games, it's a perfect realm to be a fan. Beyond the incredible world of Naruto, the characters are some of the best in all of anime. Sasuke Uchiha is such a complicated figure that even today people really aren't sure how to classify him. Is he an anti-hero? Was he a villain at one point? Sasuke's motives of wanting to avenge his clan but also become stronger than Naruto make him choose different roles as the story plays out. Sometimes he needs to fight Naruto to see how strong they are in comparison to one another. Other times he has to fight alongside Naruto in order to achieve the immediate goal of survival. I can't even get into Sasuke's psychology right now because that deserves an entire video on its own, but I think it's fair to say that he is one of the most fascinating characters in all of anime, and we haven't even talked about the main antagonists of Naruto. I don't want to get too much into spoilers for this show because I want those of you that have never watched it to go and check it out for yourself, but I will say that Madara Uchiha is probably the greatest written villain in any work of fiction. Plus, the heroes of this show definitely steal the show from Naruto on multiple occasions. Kakashi Hatake isn't even the main character of the series, and he is probably a lot of people's favorite anime character ever. There are too many characters to analyze today, but just know that pretty much every person you meet in the Leaf Village has an actually good backstory and motivation for what they do, at least in part 1. Okay, so let's talk about the fights. Couple eye-catching animation with extremely emotional plot points, and you have incredibly insane fights. Naruto versus Pain, Sasuke versus Itachi, and Shikamaru versus Hidan are just a few of the heart-pounding fights that we get in this anime. But specifically, Naruto having to defend his village in the fight against Pain when it seems like all hope is lost, that is one of the most emotional battles that you can imagine because it is the culmination of all of Naruto's training, hard work, knowledge, experience, and mentality. As you have guessed, Naruto and Sasuke fight a good bit in this show, and so each time they face one another, it's a spectacle to behold because one or the other flexes on his opponent so hard, it's easy to say that the fighting in this anime tugs on your heartstrings, and it reveals new skills in a very satisfying way. Developing a new jutsu after so many weeks weeks of hard training genuinely makes you smile and sometimes laugh in excitement. I will do a more in-depth analysis of some fights later on, since I don't want to give too many spoilers, but yeah, Naruto in all of its 720 episodes is by far my favorite anime, and it's because it was one of my first long-form shonen that I watched. It influenced my taste at the start of my anime journey, and it still plays a role in my decision-making today as an anime fan. I can't say that this will be your favorite anime, but hopefully I gave you some interesting thoughts to convince you to give it a watch, or at least recognize my case for it being extremely good. Make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will put some more shonen videos in my outro for you to watch next. As always, this is the Eagle-Eyed Samurai, signing off.